Ooh, bam.
Well, remember that gag I made where I was like, stop and start? Now it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
Now
because it's been a week for anyone who really does listen to these, and they totally forgot that we left
Like
them on a
those
cliffhanger.
6 people we talked to
Yeah.
in real life.
We recorded this the same day.
I think we should do
What? What do you think?
a new
Yeah.
title card for season 2.
Yeah, for season 2, yeah.
And it should be that Dino Rangers picture. But like a picture of that Dino.
Oh, sure. I'll do that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, anyway,
creased
I think
and
you have a
fucking
story
red.
to tell.
Yes, I do. I left you on a cliffhanger.
do.
I know you were all dying to fucking know. about
Fucking
this
melting
stupid
in your
essay.
pants.
Yeah, it's not even a good story.
No.
So there was an essay about on the park test. Let's recap. Last time on the Joe and Alex podcast.
Oh my god, Santa's testing sucks!
Oh my god, Joe, put the knife down! This time on the Joe and Alex podcast. This episode, I'm gonna start doing those regularly. With this Lego's feet coat. Whatever.
Don't worry about the Lego feet, man.
So this essay was like, read this passage, and it was about terraforming Mars.
Oh, I remember that one too.
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, I want to terraform Mars real bad.
Have you looked into it?
No.
I have. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
That'll be our next
All right,
conversation. I
fine,
guess.
whatever. So I was like, ooh, terraforming Mars. Let's do it.
There's also one about
But
Mars
then-
and SAT.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I might have.
No,
share
whatever.
that
Whatever.
government
It's 2 in a
secret.
row. Government secret. A children's standardized test is a government secret.
Dude, it is. People get fucking arrested. Like, there's this guy in jail for
So
4 years
dumb.
that's sharing SAT
That's so
details.
stupid.
Uh-huh.
All right, so this
Yeah.
essay was like, ooh, terraforming Mars, and I was like, this is a good thing to write about. And then I was like, I wrote like a topic sentence, and then I realized, I don't want to fucking write an essay. This is the park test, no one
didn't.
cares.
And you didn't.
Hold on, I did write an essay, but about bullshit.
Yeah.
I was watching Firefly at the time, so I wrote about Firefly, which has terraforming planets, and I wrote about Cowboy Bebop. I wrote about
Bebop.
Firefly and Cowboy Bebop
Cowboy
for
Bebop.
fucking 2 pages.
Uh-huh.
And I want to know what the guy who had to read that
So let's
was
inform the
thinking.
podcast so that they know, just in case they don't live in our town. We took the park as we were the test group school.
Yeah, we were the fucking
so
test
our
group.
results didn't matter.
No.
And so when everyone took the park,
Yes.
99.8% of them, except for Jesse Allard, fucking just did whatever they wanted to on the test.
That's correct.
And then so what happened was in A through G, I guess, because you weren't in that room.
Yeah.
We all sat there, and everyone, when they got to an essay section, wrote "fuck me in the asshole, mommy," and then we all were done.
No, shut up. I slapped him. Shut up. You're wrong, because the first practice thing, people were like, you could opt out, no one cares. So everyone opted out,
Oh, yeah.
and we all played Settlers of Catan in the waiting area for
Yeah.
2 hours before school, and that's what we did. But the second year, everybody took
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm talking about. I'm
And
talking about second year.
still nobody gave a shit. And that's when people wrote, fuck me, mommy.
Yeah. Anyway, and then so we all were done taking the test, but you're not allowed to talk until everyone's done.
Right.
And then
Fuck that
fucking
one kid.
It was Jesse Allen.
Fucking
Every
goddamn
time.
it, those people. Oh my god, finish the test. I want to play 10-10.
And so also the fucking
I have English homework.
I remember because I took it, and when they asked everyone at the beginning of the time, they're like, if you have your phone on you, we're collecting the phones up at the front.
Oh, please.
And instinctively, I got up.
Oh, you
I
idiot.
stood up,
You
I
idiot.
looked around me, and we're in a cafeteria of all the kids between A and K, right? And I'm like,
Oh
well, I can't stop now. And I take my phone out of my pocket, and I hold it up, and I walk over as the sole
no. You're
guy,
a martyr.
and put it in the fucking bin.
Oh my fucking god.
And then I think some people laughed. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I remember fucking...
I thought real hard about just walking back to my backpack and putting it in there.
Yeah. That'd be funny. I remember I took the... I do the ACT because I like it better. You do the SAT. Mm-hmm. But I did take one PSAT. And you were in the same testing room. And we were fucking messing around from across the room the whole time.
Yeah.
And I think you got yelled at.
Me?
Yeah, I think I fucking covered my head. I was like, no.
Oh, dude, I remember I had a watch because
Yeah.
I stole my brother's watch. Just like
Where's
for
my
time
watch?
stuff.
I gave you.
It's at my house still.
It's at your house? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you lost it because
No.
you're not wearing it.
No, and so I remember I could shine the light because I was sitting in a place where the fucking window, the light came in.
Yeah.
And I remember I kept trying to get the little light in your eyes because you were like leaning
Yeah.
down on your thing, and I noticed it was in your eyes, and it got in the teacher's eye, and she saw that I was wiggling it around and doing it on purpose, and that's when she came over to talk to me.
Oh, you fool! You.
Any
foolish
woo wibble,
boy.
any woo wibble. Let's talk about Mars.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. So people that are like, we should colonize Mars. Maybe. Because have you ever really thought about it?
Yeah, I know all the downsides.
So something that you have to think about
Yeah.
is that some people are like, well, there was water on Mars.
What?
People used to live on Mars. That means
Used to-
things never change, so we can do it now.
And
they're
the
like-
main point of that sentence that people miss is, he used to?
Yeah.
What the fuck happened?
There's a theory that they came to Earth.
What?
That like a meteor hit Mars, where life developed naturally, or by the grace of God, and then took bacteria to Earth.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, like, the meteor that killed the dinosaurs was the Mars.
No, and then that was the moon now.
What?
There's a theory that actual real people think, that real scientists, that a giant meteor collided with Mars
Yeah.
or something, and it killed all life on Mars, maybe, and then took some of the bacteria, though, that latched onto that meteor, and then when it hit Earth,
Yeah.
it knocked out a chunk.
The moon.
It became the moon. Or it became the moon by hitting it. and
Where
bouncing
is
off.
that moon-sized hole?
Well,
currently?
the thing is, because the meteor came off, it would have enacted as much pressure on the left side, or whatever side it hit the moon,
Oh.
and then knocked out an identical piece of fucking moon rock on the opposite side, and then eventually, because of the gravity, Earth
would've
became its perfect sphere again.
Oh, that's interesting. Damn.
And
That's cool.
and the Earth, the reason we don't have all those fucking craters like Moon and Mars is because we have a thick atmosphere and all the meteors burn up before they hit the ground.
Yeah.
So it would take a really big meteor to actually hit the Earth.
Yeah.
And so we don't have like constant crater.
I have two things I want to. The first one's really quick. So
I haven't really
you.
gotten into why Mars is uncolonizable, but that's fine.
Oh right.
But you can say your thing. 'cause
Whatever.
mine's dumb.
So I saw this tweet. Do you know what the Flat Earth Society
Oh.
is? It's a group of people. There's some
Dude.
celebrities in it.
Yeah.
There's a group of people who legitimately believe the
Dude.
Earth is flat.
Dude, I don't hate them.
What?
I respect them
Liar.
for being skeptics. I respect them for not trusting authority. I don't believe in it.
No.
I'm pretty sure the Earth's round because I've seen the horizon.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think we gotta test the established. And the thing is, like, have you ever been to space?
It's like that Always Sunny episode of like, how do you know evolution is real?
Yeah.
Because you have faith in the government.
Exactly. I still believe science because
Yeah.
I think it's more rational,
Sure.
right? And I trust that science doesn't really have any reason to lie to me. Like, there's nothing to gain from saying the Earth is round when
Shits
it's
and
flat.
giggles. Mostly.
Yeah, like, the thing is about stuff like this, when like
People
these conspiracy
killing
theories-
Indians with good reason. Like, oh, you found out the Earth wasn't flat and murdered Indians, but Earth isn't flat.
That's not even what happened.
No?
Everyone knew the Earth was round. That's why they thought it was stupid. Because I accurately calculated the circumference of the Earth in ancient Greece because of the way you can use you can stand a pillar up and see the shadow, and so
Yeah.
you can calculate the angle of the
Yeah.
Earth. So people pretty much knew the exact size of the Earth, and we didn't know there was a continent there. We thought that was all water.
Right.
All of America, the entire length from France. I mean, Portugal.
Wait, so he was
to
gambling
Japan.
on the fact that he could make it across there?
Yeah, and that's why they were like, "You're dumb," and everyone was like, "You're such a stupid, dumb little guy, Columbus." And so what happened was, eventually, Constantinople got conquered by the Ottomans, and the Spanish were like, "We're not trading with those dirty damn Muslims. Find another trade route." And they're like, "That's the only way to Asia." And then Christopher Columbus was like, "No, it's not."
What the fuck?
And so Christopher Columbus was like, "I have an idea." And they're like, "Didn't you go to Genoa, Naples, England, Scotland, France, and a various amount of other assorted countries
Yeah.
that said that's a dumb idea?"
Yeah.
And then he was like, "That didn't happen. Let's go to fucking India."
Wait, so let me get to my fucking points so we can get back to Mars.
Okay.
So, have you ever seen that tweet that says The Flat Earth, this is by a Flat Earth account.
Okay.
The Flat Earth Society has members all around the globe.
Oh, yes!
Oh.
I have!
Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, I have!
Oh, it makes me happy.
Oh, I have! I've seen this.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
That was barely a point that I was trying to make. But isn't it the fucking best thing in the world?
Yeah.
Alright, talk about fucking Mars.
Okay.
Why am I here? This could be a science podcast if I wasn't here.
Maybe a science fiction podcast. I could do my own thing.
Yeah,
But I
Joe
think
could do
it's
his own.
funnier and I like that better.
Yeah.
It's more intellectually satisfying. But
Yeah,
basically,
I'm still gonna list it as a fucking
comedy.
comedy
Yeah.
podcast. That was like 6 seconds of silence.
Yeah. Well, but so Mars. Okay, so you know that you hear about the people they're sending to Mars.
No.
So they are sending people to Mars. They're starting colonization now.
Yeah?
It's not sci-fi anymore. What happened was Elon Musk.
Of course it was
Risk-
fucking Elon
Yeah,
Musk.
rich guy with money to spend and
God
doesn't know
damn
how
it.
to spend it.
He wants to build tunnels under California just for him.
Yeah.
What?
Elon Musk is crazy, and he said, "Hey, I have a competition. I can afford to send 4 people to Mars. No return trip."
Yeah. Oh my god.
And
really?
200,000 people applied to be the 4 people to go to Mars.
Wow.
4 people got picked. Okay, and you know, and I know what the fuck is going on in their lives. That they're like, I can go to Mars and never come back
Damn.
because
Would you do it?
me, no
No.
way.
No?
You know what's happening? There are 3 other people on this plane. I think 2 of them are men, 2 of them are girls, and you're gonna have to fuck one of them no matter what. You know that, they know that, unless you're willing to have some polygamous, horrible relationship where everybody's fucking each other. You're gonna have to pick one.
And then your tribes are gonna have to mix.
Exactly. And then eventually, oh my, there's 16 of us, and we're all blood related.
Unless there's like 2 dudes that, I don't know. They can have more kids than 2.
And then we'll probably send more people to Mars.
Probably.
If it succeeds.
I hope.
And the thing is, they weren't picked by their ability to, in like
What?
botany or science or astronautics.
Why? Why not? Why would you? No,
They
why?
were picked at random
Fucking
from
stop
a raffle.
it. Fucking stop it. No, they weren't. What if I entered as a goof? Do I still have to go to Mars?
Yeah.
No, I don't
No,
want it.
apparently a couple people, they got selected and they were like, never mind, change our mind.
Yeah, good.
And so more people got selected. But
Dude, I think I would.
I wouldn't let you.
I'd enter as a goof, but if I got picked, dude, that's the best. That's the
should
greatest
enter as
fucking adventure
What
that you
should
could
have happened is you
possibly
should
have.
be able to enter as a group of 4. And
Yeah.
As married couples. And then,
Yeah,
like,
probably.
That would be better.
So me and you, and we find another couple.
Yeah. But, because, like, otherwise it's too much. Like,
Yeah.
the thing is, what if everyone decides that guy's an asshole?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, you don't. Is the
or
solution.
what happens, right, is there's 4 heterosexuals that go into space, and one dude's attractive and the other one's not, and he says, what if they were both my wife? And then that guy's like, "Rah!" And then he digs a hole in Mars and lives in a cave for 40 years by himself, growing old and alone.
Yeah, dude, I'd fucking go. I'd have to. I'd have to go.
Yeah.
What if someone stows away? That'd be so cool.
That'd have to be, there's no space. Like, the thing is, they make these
That's a good
spaceships
point.
with the amount of people in
Yeah.
mind, and that's the only space there is.
Yeah.
You stand like this for 16 months until you get to Mars.
He stood straight. It
Yeah.
wasn't funny.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. You get in a fucking tube, you sit straight.
Yeah.
And
really?
also, you know what's gotta be nuts?
What?
You can never sit down.
No.
When you're lying in bed, that's a lie.
When you're on Mars, could you?
Yeah, there's gravity on every planet.
Yeah, but not a lot. How much
it's
gravity is
more
on
than
Mars?
Earth, I think.
Yeah.
The gravity is more intense, and the atmosphere is less.
Here's my thought on Mars. People sending people to Mars.
Also, you know how much oxygen it would take to sustain 4 people for like a
lot.
lifetime?
A good amount.
So much, and Mars has none.
And Mars has, you want to guess? 0 oxygen.
I think it has oxygen, but not
Probably.
harvestable or whatever. Something dumb.
Something dumb. Here's my thought about fucking sending people to Mars. Fucking send astronauts. What are you doing?
Uh-huh.
Why would you make that decision of like, no, it could be Jim from accounting. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, well, the thing is, because astronauts work for the government, when they go to space, it works well, and so they stick to doing that. And then when a rich guy's like, what if we go to Mars? And they're like, that sounds like a bad idea. I'm a smart man. I know that won't work.
Those people are dead.
What?
Those people are dead eventually, right?
Yeah, well, everyone's dead eventually.
No, but I mean, like, eventually something will go wrong. They're living on
The
Mars.
thing is, you know what's going to happen.
The smallest thing goes wrong and they're dead.
I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm calling it and playing it out
Alright,
right now.
call it.
What happens
Call
on
the
Mars
shots.
is 4 dudes, the 2 chicks, the 2 dicks, go to Mars, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going with the story with the one guy that's just attractive enough,
Yeah.
and so he takes charge, and the other chicks, and one of them's pretty smart, right? So
Sure.
she comes here and she's like, I'm really interested in science, and the rest of them are like, 2 other dudes are like, I was interested in banging the same woman and populating a planet.
Yeah.
And so what happens is they're on this planet and they're like, well, we were all stupid enough to think that going to Mars was a good idea.
Yeah.
How is this
I don't think
society
it's a good
gonna
idea,
organize?
but I would definitely do it.
The thing is, then they have kids.
Yeah.
If they even make it that far, they have kids. This one dude has like 8 kids, right? All half siblings.
Sure.
And they tend the farm that they fucking
Yeah, they
made.
farm. They
and
farm
like,
potatoes
and also, have you ever
and run out of
have you ever
ketchup.
talked to your dad
The
and
Martian.
been like, have you ever talked
The
back?
Martian.
Yeah, have you ever
The
talked back to
Martian.
your dad?
Hey,
and-
this just in Matt Damon.
Well, the thing is, you know that you'd never be able to be mad at your parents because
Yeah.
your dad would look at you and you'd be like, Dad, I don't want to go farming today. And he'd slap the shit out of you and be like, you know how much hard work I had to put into making the soil? His
I
entire,
shit so much with this manure.
I created the atmosphere we live in. Just by farting.
Can we fucking throw away those 4 people? Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them, right? Let's send Matt Damon to Mars for real and see what happens.
He'd die immediately.
That's the plot of a fucking South Park episode. Whatever.
I think if we have any chance in populating Mars, these 4 people are going, we send them just with a large barrel of oxygen, I guess,
right.
and send it to them so that they can use that to just like sit there and live.
Right.
If they have enough food for like a couple days, right? And then we're like, okay, now is the time when we pressure America into feeling bad for them and sending real smart people to actually do the work.
Yeah. You think
Because
that's the plan?
What'll happen is that eventually they'll be like, it'll be a public thing. People on Mars, that's
yeah.
fucking nuts.
Yeah. Obviously.
The 4 people on Mars start starving to death because they're stupid, right?
Yeah.
And then so America, and then Elon Musk is like just sitting there being like, I would send another thing, but I don't have the resources. And America, and then the news are gonna be like, are you just gonna let them die, President Trump? And then he's like, well, are they American? And he's like, and then they're like, well, I mean, that one guy's like Puerto Rican or something. I guess that kind of counts. And then
Yeah.
and so President Trump says, well, we'll beat the Chinese if we send the Mars people. We have to conquer Mars.
Sorry.
And so he sends them smart people.
Wait,
To
shut
do the
your
actual work.
shut your fucking dumb mouth. What if they all speak different languages? Oh
They
my
don't,
god.
they're all American.
They're all American?
I'm pretty sure, or British. They all speak English.
Why not fucking like
Elon Musk didn't go to fucking Thailand and be like, hey bitches, want to come to Mars?
That's
Because all of them were
weird.
like, no.
all of them are actually intelligent
Yeah.
and didn't vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Sorry, we got political. Move
Look.
on.
Look,
Yeah.
it's not political.
Yeah.
We're just
what?
right.
I'm not a homophobe. I'm just correct. I'm not a homophobe. I want to clarify. I'm not a homophobe.
Yeah, obviously.
Wait, so
You can't be a gay homophobe, Alex.
I'm not gay either. Shut up. Now there's anything wrong with that. It's my fault. So did you see the trailer for Alien Covenant? Because that's kind of like the same plot.
Yeah, it's the, yeah.
They're colonizing Mars. Not Mars.
Some
new
other planet, yeah.
Some bullshit. And it's where the aliens come from, whatever. But fucking through the trailers, it really looks like there's a gay couple on the ship.
But then you can't colonize with gay couple.
Why would you say like equal
Maybe-
representation?
Maybe they
But
send a bunch of married couples and then
why?
it's like a extramarital relationship between a gay couple.
What?
Like it could be that they send a bunch of colonizers as heterosexual couples, but one of them is like an extramarital gay
Maybe they were like, I'm willing to take 1 or 2 for the team and fucking colonize the planet.
couple. Yeah.
Yeah?
And yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But like, Wow.
Or it became like a political thing, and then
maybe.
And then
I guess we'll just have to fucking watch it.
I hope they have a scene where they're like, we need to send the gays to represent us on that planet. Okay? This isn't the real representation of our people. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it technically wouldn't be. Not that I disagree with that,
They're
actually.
all white.
Also, the thing is, like...
I think they're all white.
Are they really?
I think
There's
so.
at least one black guy in the original Alien.
He was
Him
a
and
cool
the Italian
character.
were complete, like...
Stereotypes?
all the way
Yeah,
through.
yeah, yeah.
They were the hard laborers on the fucking ship.
Yeah. And they all wanted
And they
more
had
money.
that, that's all they wanted. And I was like, well, the thing is, sometimes my dad, because we're Italian,
Yeah.
sometimes even today, he'll be like, they're just judging us because we're Italian. And I'm like, they don't do that anymore. People aren't like that.
Well, they do.
But not really, though. Not like the same
Not
extent.
to Italians,
Yeah.
to, like,
Oh, yeah, but he'll,
Other
like,
people.
think that the people are, like, meaner to us.
to you
Because-
specifically because you're
Well,
Italian.
that's what they think. He thinks, obviously. He'll be like, that's because
Please.
they're Italian.
The Irish, maybe. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, and so, but obviously I don't think that's true. But the thing is, now when I watch stuff like that, and like there's this one movie my dad made me watch from like the 50s, where like the villain, his name is Mr. Mozzarella, and he's
No
like, it's like
way.
a real bad stereotype.
No way,
And like
that's
he
so
grew up
good.
with this, I guess. I mean, like maybe if you kind of like live that life, you'd be a little suspicious.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Also, he kind of lived in a ghetto.
Yeah,
For
an Italian
Yeah,
ghetto.
well, South Philadelphia was just basically...
Born and raised?
Yeah. It was just basically a bunch of Italian fuckers. And then Irish people.
Huh. And then Irish people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And turf wars
Didn't
and
people
stuff.
fucking hate Irish people for a while because they were the main immigrants?
The Italians and Irish people were discriminated against in
Yeah.
American history. Yes, this is
Yeah.
a fact.
No one
They
talks
have very
about
similar
that
facts, too. Yeah, they do.
ever.
You ever seen
I've never heard a history teacher say those words.
You haven't been in AP.
No, I haven't. I guess.
They talk about that in AP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bummer.
It is. Well,
we
all
talk
discrimination
about
is...
Vietnam, the best war.
Yeah. Well, we talked about Vietnam, too.
Uh,
Also, so I was talking to this history teacher
yeah.
last year when we were picking classes, and it was just because of a family friend. Like I didn't actually know she was a history teacher
Sure.
when I started the conversation, and she works in our school. And
what?
yeah, and
What teacher?
starts with the T, Tejeda.
Tejeda's a fan. Okay.
Yeah, and so I was like, oh, I'm thinking about taking Vietnam, and she looked at me like I was the stupidest piece of shit in the planet. She looked at me, she's like, we're not having it next year. And then after that, we're not having Vietnam. I was like, well, why
Whoa.
not? She's like, it's a stupid course.
Whoa.
And I was like, well, okay.
Why?
I didn't mean to offend you. She's like, it's just about one war, and that's all you learn about. It's full of garbage, and no one should care anymore. It was a tragedy, and you can learn all about it in AP US 2. I was like, okay, I will.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, then. I won't take it.
Wow.
Uh-huh. And so we don't have AP, and so instead of Vietnam next year, we have AP US 3, which goes through, I think, Ronald Reagan to, or Bill Clinton to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Even though that's also covered by AP US 2. That
Yeah,
section of
U.S. history just kind of overlaps. Like in U.S. 1, we learned about everything we're learning about now.
history. What?
Yeah. And I was in CP.
You're learning
And I'm
about...
still in CP.
You in US 1, you learned about the Vietnam War.
A little bit.
That is
We
false.
kind of skipped the Vietnam
We
War.
stopped at World War One
We stopped at World War 1?
Yeah.
I
That
went
was
all
our-
the
that
way
was
to
our
like
bridge
civil
moments.
rights. And bullshit.
in US 1.
Yeah.
That's so
Swear
weird.
to God.
Maybe because you guys went faster. We've been like going over
I
stuff. I
guess.
guess I don't know.
But like, we just fucking went off the rails, and I was like, "What are we doing in US 2?" And then we did the same bullshit in US 2, except we didn't have to fucking memorize a colony map.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
US 1 is not as much fun as US 2.
I disagree. Fuck US 2.
We get to learn about World War 1 and World War 2.
I don't care. I
World
wanna
War 2
learn
is
about-
good because it's the one thing
I
we
want
did
to learn
when we
about
weren't the
people
bad guys.
on farms getting slaughtered by just animals and Indians. Like, oh no, we're fucking
early American history when we were still British colony.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
And Western expansion.
Cool.
And the thing is, but then it's like, and then we killed the Indians, and we're like,
Ooh.
and then we enslaved the Africans,
Ooh.
and then we kind of still enslaved them after the Civil War. The Homestead Acts were pretty great.
Or we could just not talk about Vietnam until
Ronald
great.
Reagan!
There it is.
Fly up the American flags, bring the eagles we digested.
Hey Joe. Hey Joe. Hey
The
Joe.
good old...
Hey Joe. I'm not a crook.
Also, today in AP US
Yeah.
2, we were learning about Richard Nixon's policies as a president, not his resignation yet.
Sure.
And we had to read a document about Richard Nixon, and I was saying it to the person sitting next to me
Right.
as a gag in the Richard Nixon voice I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I noticed that Mr. Cuneo, who was reading it aloud in the front of the class, started to get quieter, and I started to get louder.
Oh no.
And so
Oh no.
and then I realized at one moment that Mr. Cuneo was no longer saying,
And you were just doing.
and I was just saying the whole thing in the Richard Nixon voice. And the class was turned to look at me, who was stupidly looking at the page to read the Richard Nixon.
That's fucking gold.
And so I looked up from my Richard Nixon radio address to see the smiling face of good old Ben Asher looking at me and saying, hello. And I
So
said,
I wanna-
you did a good job in the play. That's
You,
what I
you said that out
No.
loud? Oh,
What I said was, ooh, is that me?
Was that me? You went on for 5 minutes.
It wasn't that long, but sure.
So I want to transition away from this.
Yeah, this is boring.
This is kind of boring. I want you to guess what this thing on my hand is.
Well, you told me what
Did
it
I
was.
tell you?
It's a horse, but I think it looks like a goose.
Yeah, it looks straight up. Shout out to Megan, who drew a stick figure horse. I don't know how you could draw a stick figure horse
You can
on
draw
my
a
hand.
goose and then just call it a horse.
She drew a horse on my hand and signed it, and now I have to cut this. Now I have
Skin
to
off.
cut the skin off to sell it because she signed it, and now it's art, and now it's real art that I can put in a gallery. Anyway, shout out to
You can
Megan.
pull that off and be like, this is the ancient Sibylians that lived in the
Sibylian?
Pyrenees Mountains, and so and they drew this cave art
On skin.
on human skin.
Ugh.
This is art, an ancient art, and you should worship it.
And this is a horse that they drew
Yes.
because they didn't know what horses were. Cough, Megan.
Cough,
Megan doesn't know what a horse is.
It's just at the bottom of the plaque. It says fucking asterisk cough asterisk Megan. Meghan. So I was wondering about something.
Yeah.
You know the names Megan and John? They have H's
yeah.
in them that don't need to be there.
Yeah.
Sometimes people spell the name John without the H, but I don't think I've ever... And people spell the name Megan without the H,
Yeah.
because they are sensible human beings that thought about things for far more than 5 seconds. But sometimes, as humanity, we
Yeah.
fuck up.
I was spelling
admit
Megan's name out in front of her,
Oh boy.
and
How'd you get
I
in that hairy
didn't.
situation?
I was hanging out with her, and I was typing something, and
Well,
I was
I was just
spelling
making a
Megan.
joke about that.
And I fucking was typing her name into my phone, and I didn't put the H, because why would you put the H?
Because it's a dumb letter.
Yeah, and she was like, no, there's an H. And in a moment of, I would like to say pure stupidity, I put the H right after the M. So it was Megan.
But also, to put
Yeah.
it where it properly would be Meghan. So, either way, it's
Yeah,
pretty dumb.
it's yeah.
I think that a lot of the stuff that we're like, that person's stupid, is because they didn't get on board with the stupid rules that we already made up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like when especially in English, people spell things wrong, and we're like, well, I guess they're dumb. And we're like, and then we're the ones that spell the
Yeah.
word tough with the GH at the end.
Yeah. Megan, I'm not calling your name stupid.
I
Please
am.
don't bully me.
Megan, I'm calling you out, bitch.
No, don't bully me later because I know you will. You're not gonna listen to this.
No. No one will.
Not even fucking Allie listens to this anymore, I don't think.
No, because
And she was like the passionate fan.
she was. But I think we get Leah Solomon and Julia.
No, Leah told me that she's never listened to it.
No.
Leah's told me that she's listened to 4 seconds of one and then turned it off.
Well, why do we even do it anymore? I'm wondering.
Leah told me today that she's never listened to it. She was lying. Shout out to Leah. Psych. Leah's a
Not
traitor.
listening.
Also that.
Because no one.
We got 4 views on the last one.
Yeah, we got 4 views. And last time it was Kyle, you, me, and that.
No, I didn't post that one. we didn't.
Also, the last one wasn't even that one. The last one
No.
for them is the one we recorded 10 minutes ago.
Oh my god.
Or 30 minutes ago, I think. More
Yeah,
accurately.
so 3 podcasts ago we got 4 views. By the time we're recording this, we're putting it on YouTube. We got a whole new platform.
Yeah, putting it
Putting in
the Putnik.
the punnin,
Sputnik.
the punnin.
Remember when they sent a dog to space and it didn't come back?
What? No.
They sent monkeys and dogs to space and then...
And the dog didn't come back?
No, Cosmo's still out there.
They made a comic book about that. I totally remember now. They made a comic book about this dog.
Yeah, Cosmo.
Yeah,
Right,
Cosmo. He's in Marvels.
He's in the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, he's in the Guardians.
But
He's in the Gubbers.
They sent like monkeys and shit and they never came back.
Are you excited for Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
I mean, I've deliberately not been watching the trailers. So
I stopped after the second one. Like, I'm not.
I mean, if it
watching
pops up on like the TV, it's there.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not looking them out.
Yeah.
I don't want to know. Same with Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah.
Because I think that I like movies better the less I know about them.
Yeah, because you have less expectations.
And the thing is with the Marvel movies,
I do that
I'll
more
end up
with games. Like I want to play Mass Effect.
Games are usually better at not giving you all the details, but there are some movies
wrong.
in the trailer.
No, games are really good at building hype, which builds expectation. Movies are good at fucking telling you what the movie is in 2 seconds.
They give you the whole plot.
And they give you the whole plot.
Why would you watch the movie?
Yeah, but games are really good at building hype because there's expectation over like the course of 2 years. And I wanted to play Mass Effect, but I never watched the trailer for it because I was like, I can't ruin it for myself. That
There's
would
the
be
new
awful.
one coming out. That looks garbage.
It is here.
It's here.
They
looks out the window. It's here.
It's a big copy.
Wait, but like, there's this movie that I think came out a couple years ago. I don't think no one saw. But I watched the trailer and it came on every 5 minutes.
What?
And it was just basically the whole plot of the movie.
What was the movie?
I think Ewan McGregor is the main character.
What?
Yeah.
He's never been in another movie. Fuck you.
He's been in tons of movies.
No, never other than Star Wars. Name 5.
I'm thinking about it now. It wasn't him. But he's in this. He was in this one movie where this guy goes to jail.
Okay.
And then they're all in jail, and he's in jail too.
No.
And then he's been transported, which is the movie he did before.
No, he's not. He's not in that. In Jumper?
No, Transported.
What's Transported?
It's the classic '90s movie.
Oh,
Where
I
he
thought
does
you were
drugs
talking
and
about
stuff.
Jumper, which has Hayden Christensen in it.
Oh, look how we got here.
Yeah.
No, but there's a movie. It doesn't have him in it. I lied. It's like a family. We're talking about it in a minute.
Okay.
We talked about it's about a family or like a couple.
Okay.
And they move into a town, and this one guy I used to know, the husband.
Sure.
Is like, we should be friends again, and they start talking.
And then she murders the wife.
And then he then he just starts doing creepy stuff. And then there's a scene in the trailer where he's like, we used to be friends and we're not now. And then he throws something and shatters the window.
Oh, Jesus.
And you're like, well, I wonder where this movie's going. Right? And then later on, there's another scene where it's like, clearly the wife dies at the end of the scene. I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, and then it does the thing where because like the husband's like, I'm all alone, and then the guy's like coming around him and it's like, oh my god, he's gonna kill him.
Oh,
And
it's
then
a
I was
horror
like,
movie?
yeah.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, so there's two
I could have
possible
picked up
endings
on
to
that
this
on
movie.
Context Clues.
Yeah, so there's two possible endings to this movie.
Yes.
The husband who I don't care about dies.
That's one.
Or the husband who I don't care about doesn't die.
Yes, that's
and
two.
Maybe the other guy dies.
Maybe. Possibly.
Why do I care about this movie?
I think this weekend we should fucking go
Just
watch.
Beauty and the Beast.
No, I don't want to see that.
I do.
Why?
That's fine.
You've seen it. Everyone's seen
That's
it.
a good point.
I don't want
Also,
to watch
Beauty and the
that.
Beast is fucked up. Like the message of
Yeah.
that story.
Oh, yeah.
You know who learned? Wait. So they're trying to teach Beast the lesson to not like that beauty doesn't mean anything. But Belle learns that lesson.
Yeah.
And then he ends up being pretty anyway. So the idea is, if you just stick with someone for ugly for like 12 minutes,
Beast
eventually they'll become pretty and kill the people that were bothering you.
Beast as a beast isn't even that bad, honestly.
Yeah, he just looks like
he's a hairy dude. He's a hairy dude with horns, and
You're not sexually attracted to him, but you're not sexually
I'm not
attracted.
saying I'm not into it, but I'm saying like if that guy was like my hubby and protecting me in a bar fight, I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good. Anyway.
Yeah. It's like when you marry the Prince of Persia for the political stand.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, Prince of Persia, the movie. Oh my god.
Never saw it, don't want to see it.
Dude, it's so dumb.
That's what I'm talking about. All movies are garbage.
Oh my god.
I want to move to Great Britain and then just watch their movies. Because they're movies they think about and care about once.
This weekend, let's watch Get Out. It's by Keaton
Oh,
Peele.
yeah.
And I've seen the trailers, and they don't tell you anything about the trailers other than, like, probably racist people. And also horror.
They do kind of spoil the fact that the white people are hypnotizing the black people.
Is that what's happening?
There's the scene where the one other black guy's like,
Get out!
and it's like, and then the title card, and it's like, oh, I got it.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Yeah, I guess they kind of spoil that, but
And then there's
you
the
gotta-
hypnotization.
you gotta get
where
people.
he's like,
There's a hyp-
she's like, "Do you smoke?" And he's like, "I do." And he's like, "Around my daughter?" And he's like, "Yeah, regrettably, I'm trying to quit." And and then the husband like puts his hand on his leg and he's like, "We can help you with that." And then
Jesus.
it cuts to the hypnotizing scene, and then he's on the chair and he's like, "Woo!" And he's like freaking out. And
Oh, the
like,
scene where he's
hypnotizing.
crying.
Yeah.
That guy is a good actor.
Oh yeah, he was in.
He was in.
Black Mirror.
He was in episode 2 of Black Mirror, and he's quality, dude. That guy's got a lot of emotion face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could cry good. He could cry good, and that's what he is. He could cry
He can
good.
cry good.
He could cry good.
Tears.
What?
Maybe it's like a real problem.
Maybe he's really crying. Yeah, maybe he's really crying. I don't
Maybe
know.
he gets very invested in. Also, he's only crying over women.
What?
He's crying over that one girl in Black Mirror. He's
Yeah.
the porn.
Because of porn. Yeah.
And then in this one, he's like, there's the woman. The girl
Well,
that
I
he's
doubt
going-
that's what he's crying about. I
No.
bet he's crying about
That's how he
like
got in that
the
situation.
racism
Maybe. Or that he's hypnotized.
or that.
Or that one guy freaked him out when he was like, "Get out!"
I don't like that. I don't like you yelling that. Okay. Anyway,
It's okay, I focus my language with my hands.
I think every other episode of this show is just bad. We're recording a second one.
Why did you open the door?
Louis was scratching.
What did he say now?
I don't know. When can I stay until? We'll edit this video.
Are you staying for dinner? Whenever you say yes, then your mom picks you up.
No, I asked her if I could stay for dinner in advance. She said yes.
And she knows that we don't eat until like 7:40.
Yeah.
This is the best content. Mom, how's it feel to be a guest on the Joe and Alex podcast?
No, we edit now.
I'm not editing it.
I will.
What?
How does it what?
How's it feel to be a guest on the Joe and Alex podcast?
I'm a guest right now?
You're a guest right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're not editing this out. Wait, what was this? Oh yeah, I was saying that every other episode of the show is garbage.
This is it.
Yeah, this is the other.
This one doesn't
episode.
even need to exist.
No, it doesn't. But it. Yeah, I want to delete this. What are you putting on for me? I was the real killer of
Sam breathing, by the way.
John
Oh,
John F.
oh, Kennedy.
Kennedy.
He didn't do JFK. Kennedy.
Of Kennedy. I want to delete this episode. Is that foreign guy from Jimmy Neutron is what came up.
This episode's not even being real though. We can stop this for sad.
Yeah. You want to stop it? We're 37 minutes in.
Well, the thing about this one episode is that it's garbage.
Yeah. We're going to stop it. We're going to backlog this one. This is a bonus.
I think last episode's gonna end in that. Whoa! See you in the next 5 minutes.
We could just record another one. Yeah.
What are you doing?
Dinner's not ready. This didn't even
bloopers
start it.
episode.
Didn't even start it.
They could do a
Didn't even start the dinner.
We could bloop
She just yelled from downstairs. That was the silence. I hear ringing. I legitimately hear ringing.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm stopping this.